We are losing our freedom, not only with laws, but mentally too. And I'm not having it. I'm not a fan. I don't want to overwhelm you with this video, and to be honest, the majority of this video is going to be talking about us as individuals and talking about it in more of a positive light. Not only about how we can feel better, but also do better, because let's be honest, we really need some positivity in this very pessimistic world right now. I'm going to talk about all the negative stuff and the news and all of that very quickly because I think it's quite needed context for this, because I really feel like that's going to give reason for why this conversation is needed. Some of the main factors in why I feel like we are beginning to feel boxed in, it comes from, I think, a lot of laws that are being made. Like, for example, the fact that we can't protest. That's weird. I don't get why people are getting arrested for protesting what they believe in. Then there's also the fact that, like, our messages are being watched. I heard that recently in Europe that, like, they're constantly, and they've been doing this for a while, trying to have an eye on everyone's messages and pretty much being like, hey, we can watch your messages, we can see everything that you do. If you say something that's a bit out of line, we can arrest you for it. That's crazy because things can be taken way out of context. Jokes can be made into something that isn't what it's meant to be. It's a mess. It's a mess. And the UK, oh wow, we're going down this spiral of authoritarianism, which I find very disturbing. If I'm being completely honest, like it is very disturbing. Governments are fighting against our freedoms, and they're making it so it's left versus right rather than the people versus the evil. They're belittling you, they're belittling me, they're belittling everybody. And a lot of things that were once options are now obligations. So I don't think we could ignore this anymore. Now you're probably wondering, why now? Why is everything going down right now in most countries? And the answer is a lot of tech advancements, obviously, but I also think we're lazier, so we can be exploited more. We're depressed, we're anxious, and we're not going to act. We're not acting as much. We're all just stuck on our phones because it's way more convenient for us, especially since 2020. And it makes us depressed, it makes us anxious, and it keeps us boxed in. We're also lazy in the fact that we pretend to care about situations as well. Like, I feel like people just go with what's popular and don't form their own opinion because they're afraid about being lonely or losing their friend groups and this, that, the other. And I find that disturbing because some friend groups will have that one person who's being a lot more racist, but they're popular in the friend group, so everyone's going to follow that opinion of that person. And it's terrible, it's terrifying, and it's disturbing. Also, content creators have a big impact because everyone is stuck on their phones, and all of the top content creators are awful. They are so bad. Like, a lot of them are platforming other people who are terrible or racist towards them, but they accept it. I really don't like how the content creator market is because so many people aren't really that great. The majority genuinely only care about the money without having any morals or integrity, and it's so obvious. They apologise if they influence anything that's bad and the majority of their fans disagree with, or anything like that happens, but then like months later, they still hang out with the same people. They still don't make any like acts of change or anything like that, and it's just jarring. I feel like a lot of the younger generations that were going forwards are now going backwards because of these people, and it's really sad. Right, all the negativity is over. Let's do some deep breathing exercises and let's move on. Join in with me. I only covered what I'm most knowledgeable in, to be honest. Like, I know there's so many other factors in why we feel this way. That's not the main reason why I'm here. I'm here to make you believe that freedom is an option, despite all of this. And trust me, I do not have all the answers, but I just want to be a bit optimistic. This world is a crazy place, and I just want some optimism. Please. We all have our own definitions of what freedom is to us. And here's the part where I list a bunch of examples of what freedom is to everyone else, but I'm not you. And to me, it's maybe a bit different. But hear me out. My thoughts on freedom align with the book On Freedom by Timothy Snyder, which is to have the freedom to and not the freedom from. We as people should always be the force that removes the barriers that infringe on our freedom. To me, to do is doing anything it takes to be healthy, to eat, to be clean, and to enjoy life. These are the simple things that I will fight for. If laws need protested for simple freedoms, then it's important to act. It's obviously easier said than done, and it is a very long process, but I also believe that we should always be the leaders of our own lives. And some of the main ways to do that is by building connections and not letting pain control you. Most of us carry the scars that make us and close off our hearts due to it. And we end up becoming very untrustful and losing a lot of people in the process. This leads to a lot of negativity that gets harder to break over time unless someone is there strong enough to break it for them, and it's tough to break on your own. I feel like a lot of us have been in this place or are in this place, and if you are, then I feel for you, because I feel like that is a very low place to be, surrounded by that negativity that you really can't escape. But there is another path that I believe a lot more people should be taking, and it's hard, but achievable. It's by never letting the world chain up your heart. Taking the worst from your past, those deep-rooted scars, and using them as a guide, a different kind of guide to the depression that you're used to. This is a guide for building connections rather than the desire for control over your relationships. Most rule with ego, fear, and control, which reeks. It reeks. And it makes others lose their freedoms, which please don't do that. To me, the best way to be powerful in your own life is never by forcing any loyalty. It's by trusting your people, giving your people room to grow while acknowledging their strengths and protecting their freedom, creating an environment where people feel safe and be their best selves without any judgment. I'm learning to do this on my own and trying to be less boxed in, and I'm honestly feeling so much better now. Once you're able to lead your own life, from there, it's about inspiring others to break free from their cages too. Freedom for me is a feeling of living properly, laughing joyfully, and loving boldly. And I try to smile in every situation that I'm in, despite how bad they can be, as I know that as long as I'm alive, there are infinite chances. If you dream about positive change happening in your life, just know that a dream's true power doesn't come from its size. It comes from the depth of your belief. When you fully commit to these dreams, your courage becomes courageous, and in the end, others will rise with you. I'm not saying that this is an easy task to change your mindset like that. And to be honest, I haven't been through the same tortures that some of you have as well. Some of you might be overcoming something that I can't even fathom. A lot of things are very hard to overcome. And I'm sorry if this seems like it's so delusional, especially if you are at a very low point in your life. I hope that one day, inevitably, that you can be a positive light for others and especially for yourself, because we definitely need more people like that. If none of that made sense to you or got to you or anything like that, then that's completely okay. I know that a lot of it seems quite obvious as well, like it's not going to be groundbreaking news or groundbreaking to hear. I just hope that one person can come from this video and try to do something positive for themselves or for others, or start a revolution. Take care of yourselves, and yeah, have yourself a damn good one. I'm going to do a dramatic walk-off for the end card. God. Ooh. Am I still in shot? Yeah, I'm still in shot. I need to be out of shot. Jesus.